Your Learning Opportunity 7.4 that you did last week is due today. It looked like this. It was volume of cylinders. Here are the solutions. The volume for number 2 is approximately 1,808.6, and if you decided to round a little bit differently, that's fine, especially since we're approximating with pi 3.14. So according to the instructions, you should have used 3.14, but it doesn't specify rounding. So if you get anything close to 1,808.6 cubic feet, you're good. If you did not include the units, write them in now. Don't take off points for that, but try to remember to include the units. Remember, volume is three-dimensional space, and that's why it's cubed to the third power. It's how many cubic feet would fit inside of that cylinder. Number 3, the volume is approximately 150.7. If there's a slight difference due to rounding, that's okay. Inches cubed. Number 4, the volume is approximately 230.8 cubic yards. Number 5, the volume is approximately 191 8/10 meters cubed. Number 6, the volume is 70 3/10 inches cubed. And number 7 was on the homework help video. Don't forget that there's always homework support on the blog, just like there has been all year. So that problem was a little bit harder, but it was on the homework help video. The height of that cylinder would be 8 3/10 inches. Now, this is not cubed anymore because height is a distance. It's one-dimensional. It's just inches. Now, if you got all of those right, you can report that grade to me. If you missed 2 or 3, whatever you missed, just make sure you report that grade to me today for this learning opportunity, so I know. If you missed any of those, you can skip forward through the next part of this video to find the one that you need help with, because I'm going to go over them all. Number 2, we start with volume equals area of the base multiplied by the height for any prism or cylinder. Cylinder just like a prism with circular bases. And the area of the base, that's what big B is, area of the base shape. The area of any circle is pi r squared. So when you substitute in your approximation for pi 3.14, and then you look at this 8 is going from the center to the edge, so that 8 is the radius. You get the area of the base is approximately 3.14 multiplied by 64, and at that point that you've written the formulas and substituted the values, then it was okay at that point to use a calculator, and 3.14 multiplied by 64 is 200.96. When you substitute that into the volume formula, I need to say approximately equal to now because my area of my base is approximate. 200.96 multiplied by the height of the cylinder is 9. The height is the perpendicular distance between the bases for any prism or any cylinder. And then you get 1808. It's 6/10 feet cubed. Number 3, we already said the answer to that was 150.7. Volume equals area of the base multiplied by the height. Area of the base in this case, since the base is a circle, these are our bases, is pi r squared. So the area of the base is approximately 3.14 multiplied by 2 squared. Now if you missed this one, the most likely error or misunderstanding is probably not seeing that this 4 inches goes all the way across through the center and all the way across. It's a diameter. D equals 4, so R equals 2. So be careful that you're substituting R into the area formula. So the area of the base is approximately 12.56, which we can now substitute into this formula. Area of the base is 12.56, the height is 12, and that will give you that volume. The volume for number 4 we already said is 230 8/10 yards cubed. When I'm doing my volume formula, equals area of the base multiplied by height. Area of the base is approximately, not yet. Area of the base is equal to pi r squared for a circle. Every once in a while when I'm making these videos, I get nervous that it's not recording. and I feel the need to check it is recording. Okay, the area of the base then would be approximately 3.14 multiplied by, this goes from the center to the edge, this dimension, and so I would just use 3.5 here, squared. And then be sure on your calculator you're doing 3.5 squared. You don't multiply these. You have to do the exponent first. Remember PEMDAS. So 3.5 squared, I just know that's 12.25. 3.14 multiplied by 12.25. So the area of the base is approximately, for number 4, 38.465. Then you substitute into the volume formula, 38.465 multiplied by the height, which is 6. The distance between the circles, the circular bases, is 6. And then when you multiply those, you'll get the 230.8. Number 5, we said the volume is approximately 191 8/10 meters cubed. The volume formula is area of the base multiplied by the height. Area of the base, since it's a circle, will be pi r squared. So the area of the base is approximately 3.14 multiplied by, I don't know, because this is a diameter. It's going all the way across. So the radius will be 5.3 divided by 2. A half of 5 is 2.5. Half of 3/10 or half of 30, think of it this way. Half of 30 hundredths is 15 hundredths. So if you add 15 hundredths to 2.5, you get 2.65 for your radius. So that's the number that I would, on a calculator, square first. It's going to come out to between 4 and 9, a lot closer to, well, 7 something, I bet. 2.65 squared, 7.0225. Which, when you multiply those, you get the area of the circle is about 22.05, some more. I just rounded. So volume is approximately 22.05 multiplied by the height, 8.7. 28 is 160, 2 8s is 16, 160 and 16 is 176. I was going to say that gives me confidence about this answer, but 176 is pretty far off from 198, right? Except I was multiplying by 8. I probably should have been multiplying by 9 if I was estimating, because it's a lot closer to 9 than it is to 8. So I feel good about that volume. Number 6, volume equals area of the base multiplied by the height. Area of the base, since it's a circle, is pi r squared. Area of the base is approximately 3.14 multiplied by 1.9 squared. I really should know 19 squared. I think it's 361. So I think 3.61, but let me double check. 1.9 squared. 3.61. So area of the base is approximately 3.14 multiplied by 3.61. And that is 11.3354. So volume is approximately 11.3354 times 6.2. You see why I let you use a calculator. This doesn't look like a height because it's vertical, horizontal, but if you stood that cylinder up on its base, on its circular base, that would be the height. Height is always the distance between the bases. And when you multiply these together, you'll get the answer, which I have not displayed, 70.3 inches cubed. This one was on the video, but just really quickly, you should draw a cylinder if you don't see a cylinder. They give you the radius, you show the radius. They're asking you to find the height, so you don't know the height, so I would use h. Volume equals, it's still the same, all the same steps. It's just you don't know the height. The area of the base is approximately 3.14 multiplied by 12 squared. So 3.14 multiplied by 144. I don't know why I'm doing this if it's already on the homework help video, but why not? Area of the base is approximately 452.16. Then you substitute into this formula. But the difference here is they've given you the volume. We know the volume, we're trying to find the height. So don't write V, write 3754.8 equals 452.16 H, and then divide both sides by 452.16. That's the multiplicative inverse, property of equality, all the things we've practiced all year just with harder numbers. And you end up getting when you do that division on a calculator, because you could use a calculator, you get 8.3 inches for the height.